What's going on YouTube? This is SG1 Sports, and we've got our power rankings for the Big 12 heading into week 4 of the college football season. Not a ton of change. We did have one team drop pretty far this week, but let's get right to it. Number 10, the worst team in the Big 12, it's Kansas. There's no doubt about it. Well, there's a little doubt because the number 9 team could definitely give a run for their money right now. But Kansas, number 10, it's not looking good for them. They're just being Kansas, just doing what Kansas does in football, and that's being terrible. Up to number 9, still at number 9, the Baylor Bears. And yeah, they're pretty bad too. But at least they competed against Duke this past weekend. They didn't get blown out like they did against Northwestern. Or, no, that was not Northwestern. Duke beat Northwestern. Sorry, I'm all over the place here. College football starts tomorrow. I'm just excited, I guess. But yeah, Baylor's not very good. Iowa State, number 8. I think there's some potential here for this team to maybe move up. The problem is who's going to move down, and I don't really know the answer to that. The offense looks really good right now. The defense could use some work, but still, it's a pretty good start to the season for Iowa State. They almost beat Iowa a couple weeks ago. Texas comes in at number 7. We saw a lot from them against USC. They actually looked better, even though they lost this game. The front 7 defensively looked very solid for them. Not sure what's going to go on with the quarterback situation with the injuries. The freshman coming in, he played pretty well. So I don't really know how Texas is going to look in 3 or 4 weeks. But right now they're still, down towards the bottom of the Big 12. Number 6, Kansas State. They have fallen several spots here after that disappointing performance against Vanderbilt. They couldn't even get 100 yards passing. The offense struggled a lot in that game. Defense played pretty well, holding Vandy to only 14 points, but that's just not going to get it done. And they're not going to compete for the Big 12 if they continue to play like that. Texas Tech looking good so far. They are 2-0. The offense is what it always is. Defense, not that great, but hey, they've won 2 games. They're undefeated, and we'll see how they do moving forward, heading now into Big 12 play. Now the number 4 team, a team that I was kind of sleeping on at the beginning of the year. I didn't know for sure how good this team would be. Will Greer has exceeded expectations there at West Virginia, and they look really solid. I think these top 4 teams all have a chance to get to the Big 12 championship. The 2 Oklahoma schools are still the front runners and still my picks to get there. But West Virginia definitely has a shot. Up to number 3, still at number 3 is TCU. They have looked good this year. Defenses look pretty good. Kenny Hill's looked pretty good. They haven't looked like a playoff team. I wouldn't go that far, but they've looked like a top 15 team. And we'll see if that continues. A big one against our number 2 team coming up this weekend. This could be one of the biggest games in the Big 12 all year. And that number 2 team is Oklahoma State. Mason Rudolph puts up monster numbers again this past weekend. And, this Oklahoma State team, I think they have a good shot at beating Oklahoma. They get them at home later in the season. But they really need this win over TCU. They gotta get this one first before they start thinking about Oklahoma and a possible college football playoff berth. And number 1 is Oklahoma due to that big win over Ohio State. They struggled a little bit early last week, but probably just a little bit of a hangover from that Ohio State game. And this team looks like the best team in the Big 12. But it's a close race for 1 and 2 right now. I have Oklahoma and Oklahoma State definitely the top 2 teams. And then TCU, I think, is a pretty solid number 3. West Virginia, pretty solid number 4. And after that, we really don't know how it's going to shake out. So we'll see how it goes. Getting into the conference games this weekend, we'll have our Big 12 preview for Week 4 coming up a little bit later today. So make sure you watch out for that. And stay tuned for more here on the SG1 Sports YouTube channel.